Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a set of nails on a client, and I have already prepped all of the nails and applied my forms. I'm going to go in straight ahead and apply a clear base of CJP crystal glass. This is because I'm going to be doing some artwork, and obviously glitters are not your strength, so I'm kind of just building up like how you would if you were to use nail tips. And I'm just keeping this layer very thin. I'm then going to go in with birthday suit and create a nail bed and reverse method smile line. I'm now just dipping my brush into some clear and into Simply Exquisite from Glitterarty nails. I will leave all the links to their shop in the description box. And I'm also going in with some really tiny like Mylar flakes, but they're really tiny, shredded and really easy to work with. Also from Glitterarty nails, and this is called Arctic Fox. And I'm just applying this with a really small tiny bead of clear crystal glass, and then when I'm happy with all that is placed, I'll go ahead and encapsulate that nail. So on this nail, I'm just going to go in and just apply a full nail of birthday suit, because we're going to apply some gel polish onto this at the end. I am using my Alpha size 8 brush today, and I will leave the code for their brushes in the description box if you want to go ahead and get yourself 10% off a Alpha brush. So when I'm applying my cuticle bead, I just place my bead right at that cuticle area. I allow it to self-level, and I tilt my client's fingernails down to let gravity take that place. And then I would just pat it into position and drag the rest of the product down the entire surface of the nail to make a really nice even application. If you don't push it and if you put it at the cuticle area and tilt the nail down and pat it, you're patting it, you're not creating you're going to get that nice flush application, whereas if you push it up to the cuticle, you're creating like a lip of product, and unless that product is really flush, you are going to encounter lifting issues. So it is good to just kind of get it as close as you can, not touching the skin, but really place your bead at it and pat it into place rather than push it into place, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to continue the same steps that we did on the pinky finger, on this middle finger, and also on the thumb. And then on the pointer finger, it will be just birthday suit again, because we're going to go with the gel polish on that finger as well. just showing me removing the forms, always pulling them downwards instead of upwards so you don't hurt your client. This was requested, so I left it in. I've also left some filing in for you today, and I'm using my Salon System 3-in-1 machine and a cone bit. I think it's called a cone. It might be a tapered safety bit. I've had this bit for a really long time. I'm pretty sure it was from Todak USA, and it's just really great for those little nails, and the shape of it's really great, so you can get a real nice flush file around that cuticle area. But that's the way I do it. I just go over the entire surface, and then I'll go ahead with my hand file after doing all the nails, and I will just go side walls, free edge, and then I will go up over the entire surface of the nail. I don't normally leave the filing in because it's really difficult to get a real good file and a real good view, so I do apologise for that, but I have left a little bit in today to kind of just give you the guideline on how I do my filing. So after they were all filed, I'm going in with Chic Madame from Madame Glam, and I'm just going to apply this onto the ring finger and onto the pointer finger. I will then get my client to place her hand in the lamp, and I will cure this for 30 seconds. In with a fine grade holographic powder called Nikki, and this is from Glitterarty nails, and I'm just going to apply this into that tacky layer of the gel polish with a brush that is from Ujibas. Came in like a set of 12 or 24, and I'm just going to dab that in and then rub it over that entire surface of the nail. I really loved the effect this gave. It's not like the super hollow, but it's like, oh, it really does really gorgeous. So yeah, and now I'm going in with CJP tack free top coat as always. This is my favorite top coat to go to. It is completely tack free and super shiny. I apply a thin layer. You don't need a lot at all to all the nails, thin and even. I'll cure this in my lamp for 60 seconds, and I will allow it to cool for 60 seconds before I apply my cuticle oil, because if you don't allow your top coat to cool before you apply your oil, you will dull the shine. So after these were cured in the lamp for 60 seconds, I'll then go ahead and apply some cuticle oil to all of the cuticles to really replenish all the nutrients we've dehydrated out of the nails. And then that'll be the finished design. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you're all doing amazing. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. And I will see you all again in my next one. I love you all. Bye.